Good, but the scene shifts. Thought what hangman hands. Pinned to his breast a parchment, his own bands read it. Poor traitor, spit upon and cursed. Better this present than a past like that. Back therefore to my darkening path again. No sound, no sight, as far as an eye could strain. Will the night send a howlet or a bat? I asked, when something on the dismal flat came to arrest my thoughts and change their train. A sudden little river crossed my path, as unexpected as a serpent comes. No sluggish tide congenial to the glooms. This, as it frothed by, might have been a bath, for the fiend's glowing hoof to see the wrath of its black eddy bespat with flakes and spume. So petty yet so spiteful all along. Low scrubby aders kneeled down over it. Drenched willows flung from headlong in a fit of rout despair, a suicidal throng. The river which had done them all wrong, whate'er that was, rolled by, deterred no whit. Which, while I forded, good saints, how I feared to set my foot upon a dead man's cheek, each step, or feel the spear I thrust to seek for hollows, tangled in his hair or beard. It may have been a water rat I speared, but ugh, it sounded like a baby's shriek. Glad was I when I reached the other bank. Now for a better country, vain presage. Who were the strugglers? What war did they wage? Whose savage trample thus could pad the dank soil to a plash? Toads in a poisoned tank, or wildcats in a red-hot iron cage? The fight must so have seemed in that fail cirque. What penned them there, with all the plain to choose? No footprint leading to that horrid muse. None out of it. Mad brewage set to work. Their brains, no doubt, like gallery slaves. The Turk pits for his pastime, Christians against Jews. And more than that, a furlong on, why there? What bad use was that engine for, that wheel, or brake, not wheel, that harrow fit to reel men's bodies out like silk, with all the air of Tophet's tool on earth left unaware, or brought to sharpen its rusty teeth of steel? Then came a bit of stubbed ground, once a wood, next a marsh, it would seem, and now more earth, desperate and done with, so a fool finds mirth, makes a thing and then mars it till his mood changes, and off he goes within a rude, bog, clay, and rubble, sand, and stark black dearth. Now blotches rankling, colored gray and grim, now patches where some leanness of the soil broke into moss or substance like boils. Then came some palsied oak, a cleft in him, like a distorted mouth that spites its rim, gasping at death, and dials while it recoils. And just as far as ever from the end, naught in the distance but the evening, naught to point my footsteps further. At the thought, great black bird, Apollyon's bosom friend, sailed past, nor beat his wing dragon pen that brushed my cap, perchance the guide I sought. For looking up, aware I somehow grew, spite of the dusk, the plain that had given place all round to mountains, with such name to grace, mere ugly heights and heaps now stolen in view. How thus they had surprised me, solve it, you. How to get from them was no clearer case. Yet half I seemed to recognize some trick of mischief happened to me. God knows when, in a bad dream perhaps. Here ended, then, progress this way. When, in the very nick of giving up, one more time came a click as when a trap shuts. You're inside the den. Burningly it came on me all at once. This was the place, those two hills on the right, crouched like two bulls locked horn in fight, while to the left a tall scalped mountain. Dunce doddered, a dozing at the very nonce, after a life spent training for the sight. What in the mist lay but the tower itself, the round squat turret, blind as a fool's heart, built of brown stone without a counterpart in the wide world. The tempest's mocking elf points to the shipman, thus the unseen shelf he strikes on, only when the timbers start. Not see? Because of night, perhaps? Why, day, come back again for that. Before it left, the dying sunset kindled through a cleft, the hills like giants at a hunting lay. chin upon hand, to see the game at bay. Now stab and end the creature to the heft. Not here? When noise was everywhere, it told, increasing like a bell, names in my ears of all the lost adventures, my peers. How such a one was strong, and such was bold, and such was fortunate. Yet each of old, lost, one moment knelled the woe of years. There they stood, ranged along the hillsides, to view the last of me, a living frame. For one more picture, in a sheet of flame, I saw them, and I knew them all. And yet, dauntless, the slughorn to my lips I set and blew. Childe Roland to the Dark Tower came, by Robert Browning.
Actually, we need to hurry. I saw some agents doing a site scan here last week.
Seconds out. Do our job.
Yes, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people